Hello. We're gonna give it a minute. I have just finished making my dinner. Well, I'll leave it in throughout this whole thing. It must be coming in. So let me all pile in. I'm gonna bread. Yum. All right. See, I know I've been last one. We've decided that we are not doing the crazy man who I don't know what to think of that one. But we got Zoe, who I think is equally infuriating from what I've watched so far. The whole thing. But Roberto, what's on dinner menu? Dinner menu. All right, dinner menu. We have roasted carrots, kale, sushi rice, sausage, and biscuits with cheddar and garlic. So okay, so let's go ahead. Bring this down like that. And we're gonna go ahead and hit this.
At a nursing home.
Social worker, a lot of school, not always a lot of money. Has done better in the last few years, but what do you make?
Right now 71.
See, it's done better. See, it's doing better. And now for a lot of the school that goes into it, and so, but no. 71, okay. So what's hitting your account?
Let's go for the fact. She was making 71,000 a year. How are we dividing that? Hold on. Okay. Oh, please. Gotta do some math. Yeah. I'm still gonna be entertaining tonight. Okay, so we'll do 70,000 divided by 12. Okay, so we're gonna say about 5,800. She gets a month. Okay, so go off that number
on a monthly basis right now.
I get about 23 each paycheck, so
okay.
probably 46 total. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel living in Austin? How are things going?
More recently, okay. We're planning on moving somewhere cheaper.
We're
still in
Round
Rock. My husband and I. Yes.
Oh, this is a dual.
Yes.
Okay. What does he make?
He just started working as a behavioral assistant at an elementary school.
So what's the total household income?
So starting next month, he'll start getting.
It basically means he doesn't get paid enough for her to consider it pay.
$1,200 a month, and then August.
$1,200 a month.
In August, it'll jump up to I think 27.
Even still.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he getting paid nothing?
He's not quite a teacher yet. So his goal is to get a salaried position as a teacher. But he's just not there quite yet.
So 5,800 comes in on a monthly basis. But for Austin, okay, you're in the median. So
yeah, this is like saying, oh, Jen runs a YouTube channel that is somewhat profitable. And me making money. Okay. She really considers that her husband makes absolutely nothing, and that is fine. And you'll see how she kind of takes it out on his family later.
I'm surprised he's making so. Well, how old is
Jim, I love you.
He is 24.
It's yours here.
Okay, that makes more sense. So we have a lot of debt. Why is he not here?
No,
he's working right now.
Okay. So what is going on? What are we talking about?
That's what Jim says.
I think I have a little bit more wiggle room than I give myself credit for. I want to get the.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, all of my bills, like there's leftover money, and I don't do well with it. So I want to figure out where to
do well with it.
I need to put more towards debt.
And that's why we're here.
I have a lot of debt. My debt to income ratio sucks and it's really limited.
Why do you have a lot of debt?
I haven't made the best financial choices.
Why haven't you made the best financial
essentially-
choices?
Good question. My husband and I would love to
Really
figure
good.
that out. He's kind of lost a lot of trust in me financially, and there's a lot I need to figure out.
There's
So
also a lot of trust in you financially. How long have you guys been together?
we started dating end of 21.
Well, okay, so where was the trust and where's it now?
4 years.
There were a couple months last year where we weren't meeting rent, and that was kind
We're
of my.
meeting rent?
Well, we met.
Were you making this income?
We eventually, like, we never were late. We got help.
Then what are you got help?
We
What's
got-
help?
His parents.
His
my
parents, were you
parents.
making this
That
income?
breezed over that
Yeah.
question. This time she kind of breezed over that question. Were you making this kind of income? Oh, what? We were never like. She didn't say yes or no.
How are you missing rent?
I was.
His parents.
Yeah.
So your father and mother-in-law had to cover your rent when you make
Well, not all of it.
$70,000 a
Not
year?
all of it. They would cover the portion that we couldn't.
Well,
meet.
how are you possibly missing? Okay, I'd lose trust in a partner too if that were happening.
Right. Yeah.
So what? What was possibly happening?
I had to pay my car bill. I had other bills. to
Yes,
pay,
as
and
we all
then,
do, and
you know.
everyone else in this entire literal country.
Right.
So what was
pretty
unique
much,
about
I
your
know.
situation when you made above the median person in this country?
I think part of it, I think I want to be able to refinance my car. I have a lot of credit card debt, student loan debt,
No,
everything.
why were
that
you not paying your rent?
I just, once the other bills came out, I didn't have
How'd you
it.
not have enough? You just
Okay, she's not being quite clear what's going on here. All right, she's shoving around. She doesn't want to answer the question. She's asking her outright, if you were making this much money, why was there an issue? She's not answering it.
said you have enough wiggle room. You just didn't know
I wasn't-
you fuck up your money. So what do you mean? You said
well,
you don't.
Well,
What do you mean?
I was using credit cards for rent for a little bit, for a couple months,
For why though? Again, in the mathematical, what's your rent?
about $2,000 a month.
Okay, that sucks. For the 4,600, was he making any money?
He had just moved back.
So why were you guys in a $2,000 place at that point? Because if we're bringing in
So her rent was $2,000, basically. Okay. Okay. Let's see the math
46
here.
a month,
Well,
like that's pretty brutal. We're talking about 43, almost 44% of your net going to rent, which is pretty brutal. Then we have utilities on top of that. Renter's insurance is pretty minor, internet, and then all your bills. Yeah, I can see it starting to become hard. So why were you guys in a rent that was obviously more than you could possibly handle?
at first I was doing okay, and then when he came back, I kind of fell off the horse and wasn't spending wisely.
When he
and
came
now
back?
Well,
Wait.
we were kind of long distance for a second, so I moved
How long
to.
distance?
He was up in Wisconsin. That's where.
Yeah,
we met.
that's long distance.
Yeah,
okay.
that's where we met. So he was finishing college up in Wisconsin while I was establishing down in Round Rock because I got a job offer. I actually lived with his parents for a couple months while looking for an apartment. Found an apartment, did well, and then
What was the price of that apartment?
$2,000.
That it was
Yeah,
that
so
apartment.
it's the same. Yeah.
So
same
what went
apartment.
wrong? How did it get bad once he got here? That doesn't make any sense.
He was still looking for work, and then when I
Yeah.
first moved into the
Your
apartment,
rent
I didn't
didn't
have the other
change.
credit cards. I only had one credit card.
Yeah, why does a credit card matter unless you're fucking it?
Yeah, so they got
So you're
spent.
fucked.
Yeah, they got spent on, and then I had more
Okay.
bills to pay with the money that was coming in.
Why were
And-
you spending more on the credit card than you could possibly?
And I honestly didn't even think about rent until like
But no, listen, she's not answering the question. She knows this. This is why I'm finding her infuriating. She is not answering the questions. Why, when he was not there, you were not spending on credit cards? Then when he shows up, you're spending on credit card. Why? What is it? You're saying that by his very presence, you need to use the credit cards now?
it was close to due, and then I'd realize, oh shoot, I don't have the rent money to pay.
Are you
like,
you're
I-
saying your husband
Yeah.
has lost trust in you, and it's because of this? What
Yeah.
does this look like? This loss of trust?
He
That's crazy. You guys are barely married. You couldn't have gotten married that long ago.
in October.
He's losing trust in you?
Well,
What does that look like?
It was during our engagement period where it was like, I don't think we're going to make rent. And that's when
Did you guys make it past engagement?
Love. But he told me when we started not being able to make rent, he was like, what do you mean? We've been fine. That's when he found out that I was putting some on credit cards. And he was like, that's when we got our joint account officially started. Because he was like, I want to see what money is coming in and going out so I can figure out
you guys are
where
starting to
we're
become combined.
going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Single household.
Yeah.
Got it, basically.
And now he runs the rent account. So he'll take out
Rent
every
account?
portion. Yeah. So he, with his bank, has a rent account that he
So you needed
pulls.
him to come in and rescue?
He wanted a roof over his head. So he took that
preferably.
portion
Yeah.
over,
Why couldn't
yes.
you even be considered close to responsible enough to deal with it?
Well, I'm responsible enough now to make sure that there's 500 each paycheck that he.
500 each paycheck.
Yeah. So we each contribute 1,000 to meet the 2,000.
He only makes 1,000.
Yeah. So all his money currently goes to rent, and he has some.
But he had to take this over because you could not do it.
Correct. But
so this loss of trust then is obviously critical. I mean, you guys are trying to make it in a full marriage. What does this loss of trust look like today? What are you like not allowed to touch it? Like what does it look like?
Well, at this point, I've been, as soon as my paycheck hits, I will pay all of my bills and we have a little bit left over. He takes the 500 out immediately each paycheck.
Yeah,
so
but what does the lack
better.
of trust look like?
It's gotten better.
No, it's not.
For the most part, because I'm able to divvy out the
Yes,
money.
but what does it look like?
What are you talking about? It's better.
It's better, but what does the relationship look like with the lack of trust? You told me he doesn't trust you. There you go. Thank you for an actual answer.
He questions a lot of my spending, and I'll go to him. I'll be like, I'm thinking about going to like get my nails done or something, and he'll be like, why? That makes no sense. That's $60 that you don't need to spend.
Probably
go
seeing
get nail
how
polish.
this is a lot of a lot of paperwork. Whoa.
So
Okay.
I usually
work. He has to make
not that he requires me to, but I usually.
No, he's got to make his $1,000 for rent, Jim. He can't be there. He's got to work to pay the rent. So yeah. All right. Let me get on camera for a second. So okay, let's put this up a little higher. Okay, so I took regular biscuits, stretched them out, folded them with cheddar cheese. This is close black cookie. And then I took and I mixed up garlic, butter, garlic herb powder, and I put it over them. And they kind of taste like Red Lobster biscuits. But share that. Back to the show.
Run anything coming out of our joint account, which is where I spend all my money.
But you said
from.
lack of trust. Trust means
I run everything by him at this
Yeah,
point.
but you are. He's not asking you to, right?
He prefers that I do.
Okay.
Yeah, he checks the
So
joint
he is
account
gently
almost
asked.
daily. So
That's
I
lack of trust.
asked before.
So it's not that a privilege was taken away.
Right. He just monitors everything a lot more closely. So that he doesn't have to ask if he sees something that I didn't tell him
What
about.
about the
I'll ask him.
before you
if
guys
I
got
can
married?
spend
What
it.
about the 27 years leading up to that, or the 9 years of
Like-
adulthood?
I have never been great with money. I started working when I was 16.
Oh.
Financial situation growing up.
I have biscuits in there.
I've never really been frugal with any money I've got.
Then how did you guys' conversations with money go, leading into the engagement, leading into the marriage?
Well, when we first moved in with each other, I didn't have to pay too much in rent. I only paid 20% of the rent, so that was about $200, and that was $200 was easy to pay. So
Yeah, but your
it didn't question
communication with
anything.
money. You guys, so you had to require him to
There
question?
wasn't much.
You guys didn't talk about what you guys' finances were like?
No, not
and
until
go-
we couldn't really hit rent
Huh?
because there was nothing to question.
What?
There wasn't.
Why does it
anything
have to be
question
questioned? You
at the
guys are getting
time,
a
'cause
long
everything
term.
was fine.
Everything was fine, but wouldn't you want to know what your significant other's finances look like
I
if we're
knew-
headed into a lifetime?
I knew he was good financially.
Does he have any debt?
Student debt? Yes,
Federal, private?
I think both.
Okay.
But he's only paying his federal. His parents are doing his private. That was
Okay.
their agreement.
It's their
So
agreement. It's
yeah.
still
his parents really, really like to help him, it seems. I guess he must be an only child.
Interesting dynamic, I'm sure. Why did he have to borrow so much school? Is it a public?
No, it was a private school.
Oh, okay. Okay, great for his $1,200 a month he makes. That's wonderful. You guys didn't communicate, so I'm not surprised that there's a lack of trust now. Who's surprised? No one's surprised. Here's the secret. Most people let it go unnoticed, and I keep myself. I'm starting to see.
We're able, so we just
This is today.
Well, at first there wasn't really much to talk about because we were doing fine. So we just assumed, oh, we're all good. There's nothing really to question. And then once we were able to make rent, it was like, oh, now we have to question it.
Well, what's an interesting dynamic that I'm starting to see already in this, and kind of why I wish he was here. Listen, he's not making much money. His parents are paying for his federal student loans. His parents jumped in when you were not able to pay your rent on time. Are they helping in other ways?
Right now they pay for groceries, but that's
they pay for fucking groceries for a 28-year-old who makes $72,000 a fucking year.
They seem happy to do it right now.
I'm sure they seem happy. I'm not saying that they are evil, but what they probably are doing unintentionally is enabling your stupidity. You bring in household $5,800 a month, $4,600 from you. Do I have all household expenses or just your accounts?
I mean, he doesn't.
Do I have any
mine.
accounts
it's
of his?
It's all mine, but there's nothing
so
else that he's paying for that is.
But there's no other accounts that he's spending in.
He has like his personal account, but that's his own thing.
Okay, so $4,600 comes in. How much did you spend last month?
Probably that much.
Why would you still be in debt or going into worse debt?
I don't know how much. I can't put a dollar amount on it, but
you have no inkling of what you spend on a monthly basis?
Probably about $4,500.
Okay, $6,900.
Okay.
You spent $6,000. It was basically $7,000 when you bring in $4,600. You do not leave this studio until you download the Simpler Budget app.
Okay.
Because you get the premium version, so it automatically connects to your accounts and everything. Okay. All right. And there's the community so that you can ask questions to everyone else as well.
Where did that number what else did I spend there?
Oh, we're going to go through it. You better believe it. But that will tell you, you will never not be able to answer exactly how much you spent in the previous month. You will never not be able to answer where that money went to. You will build up the categories. It will be automatically connected. You get it for free. They get a free trial before they commit to the premium version, which the free trial is good anyway. But either way, you get that. And just like those who sign up for the annual version, I send them a Founders Edition. We're
waiting to see if her husband's going to divorce her after that.
These all signed. You will journal your budgeting process, and you will bring that back on, and I will read it.
Okay.
When you come back on the Financial Audit Follow-Up channel, okay?
Okay. Will there be like any wiggle room in the budget for like fun, or are we all focusing on debt?
What do you want to do?
I mean, I want to be debt free, but
then what the are you talking about? How about you have fun after you get out of debt? How about you already had fun and that's why you're in debt? How about it's time to grow up? It already looks like you're graying anyway.
Okay. Well, I mean, fun as in like, twice a month nails done, hair, I don't party or anything.
He's even against it. Do some fucking strap-on nails. That's not what they're called. Glue on nails.
Press on, yeah.
Press on nails.
Okay. I will work on it. But I don't think I spent that much. I can't think of how I would spend $2,000 over
because
what
you don't fucking budget. You don't track your no.
Used to budget, but
well, congratulations. Used to is used to. Why the f did you stop? Maybe it should have been a sign when our literal mother and father-in-law had to pay for our food and rent that maybe we should budget again. How long ago did you budget?
In college, my undergrad.
Why'd you stop?
Well, I budgeted actually a little bit before I moved into the apartment in October of 2023.
Oh, good. Now we have a massive rent. I think we should stop budgeting. Why?
Well, I budgeted to see because we had 2 apartment choices. So I budgeted the month depending on the rent of each place to see where we could land.
Why don't you budget on a monthly basis? The why?
I'm not good at following it. So it doesn't make sense for me to sit down all the time and plug in all these numbers and then.
But you'll never follow it up if you don't sit down. You sit down, you see what you did, and you adjust it for the next month. You build out your categories dependent on that. Yes, action is required. Well, you think you just build it out and it just happens?
Well, I get that, but I would also budget and then like if it went astray, it's not like anything bad happened. So I was like, oh, well, we don't really.
You spend $7,000, you make $4,600 net a month. Nothing bad happened? You have an absolute. Oh my. Listen, I don't see the paperwork anymore before these episodes because I like to go in blind with the audience and find out what they find out. This is way fucking thicker than I thought it was. That has heft. This is crazy.
There's a missing there.
It could be bigger. I mean, I spend.
It could always be bigger. Are you
I pay
fucking,
all
what
my
are
bills
you?
on time and everything. So I mean,
Will that be true?
Listen, it could be bigger.
I mean, it's been.
Will
true
that
the
be
past-
true?
Yes. It'll always be
It better
true.
be. I will lose my shit if it's not. And I don't know because I don't go through them again before like I used to. I will lose my shit.
That's what I mean by it. It hasn't been bad because I pay all my.
Your
pay
minimums
everything,
doesn't mean your
everything's
debt's
fine.
not going up.
Yeah, I only pay minimums, but I mean, they still make them on time.
What do you think your finances are today? 0 to 10. 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the best. I got to get into this fat stack of documents or else we'll never get through this. Where do you think you are?
2.5.
Okay. If you want your Hammer financial score, check it out. Take the quiz, and we'll tell you exactly where you stand at calebhammer.com or click the link in the description below. And if you want to come on the show and I'll give you a financial beating, give you a wake-up call, get you connected with all these resources, you get to meet the team. Have a good day here. Go to calebhammer.com/apply. We'd be happy to have you here. Here we go. Chase freedom. The freedom to fuck our entire marriage. With a 2,490. Oh my. You are literally $9 away from the max. He's lost trust issues. Who would have thought?
I haven't spent on that in a couple months.
2,490. You can't. You literally can't. Except for like a $2 taquito or something. You literally can't. No shit. That spending probably went to a different card. It had to have with the amount you spent
I
last
don't
month.
think so.
It had to have. We will see. We will see. $2,490.69 with a minimum monthly payment of $80. Okay, so what was the purchase on here? All this interest accruing. What was
Freedom
this?
Rise, I think
What they
that
do?
one. I don't remember why I got it initially, but less than a year ago, I used it to get hair extensions
I'm sorry, what?
before a cruise that
animal.
I went on with my husband and his family.
All right. I'm going to bring in some cash. Can I have some cash? I'm going to bring in some cash. I'd like you to do a little math. How much did it cost to get those hair extensions? What was the amount that you spent?
The install was $1,800.
Okay. And guess what? We're going to do a little math. Here's a big fat sack of cash. So what you're going to do is you are going to lay out for me and count out for me exactly how much that will cost in the end with your minimum monthly payments. After you only put your minimum monthly payments to it and interest accrued until it is paid off, those hair extensions. Count out exactly what you think it is.
I need to do the mental math. So that's
No,
80,
go
so you're-
100,
Oh,
200.
1, 2, 3,
Yes,
4,
okay.
5, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so you think it'll
Get
cost
ready.
18?
Look, he's going to explain to her exactly what she's trying. She doesn't want to understand what he's saying, or she's just downright saying, "No, I'm not going to believe that."
You said hair
100.
extension. So are you asking the whole card?
That's basically what the card was. How long do you think it'll cost you total once it's paid off? Only doing the minimum monthly payments.
18, so 19. That's 2,000. At least 5,000. My guess, probably 55.
You're
Final
okay
answer.
with spending $5,500 on hair extensions.
I didn't spend
one
that
time.
much.
That's what you are in the end. That's what you are in the end.
Well, those were paid off.
No, that's what it is in the end. Your card is all the way up. You just replenish and push it all the way up. So in the end, the way the math works is your one-time hair extensions, you think it's $5,500. That's worth it? One time you'll pay for hair extensions $5,500.
That
But we
was
won't
all
pay
from
rent.
hair
We'll pay
extensions?
$5,500 for hair extensions,
I mean, I
but we won't pay for our own
believe it, but
groceries.
still.
Well, I didn't keep the hair extensions. The hair extensions were only in for
Good.
like
So
2,
it's
3
even
months.
so it's even more stupid. 3 months of hair extensions was worth $5,500 to you.
Well, after the second,
Is it worth $5,500 to you?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Well,
why I
guess
took them
what?
out.
Either way, 6,000. That's what it's going to cost you by the end. 6,000 with the way you're doing it. 6,000 for 3 months of hair extensions. Congratulations.
That's why I took them out, so I wouldn't keep spending money on them.
But guess what? You are still spending a total of 6,000 on them that are already done in the trash, gone.
Well,
you don't care. Oh my!
I care. That's why I took them out so that didn't keep having to accrue all this on the credit card and just focus on paying it off.
You're not. You've only made the minimum. It's $9 to the max. What the fuck are you talking about? You haven't focused on anything. You haven't done a single cent of focus. You don't know what a focus is. You never focused in your life. What are you talking about? $9. $9.
Sounds like a plan, honey.
This is
Bring
pretty
me the
exciting.
win.
We'll zoom in. Let's talk about this for a second. That's the focus you've done. $9 of focus.
Nine. He's turning German.
I used to pay above the minimum payment, but $9. Take them all on time, days before.
It doesn't matter what you've done before. There's only $9 available on it. So even if you did more than your minimums before, it doesn't matter because you immediately replenished it with purchases because there is only $9 available.
And I'm not even spending on it anymore. So
you have lady. Whoa. How do I get that through to you? You can't.
I know. Then
don't jerk yourself off over not spending on it. You literally cannot. So you couldn't even go to fucking Applebee's.
She's not spending on the card no more because he's going, you can't because there's only $9 left.
Could have filled a tank of gas.
And I don't plan to.
Because you can't! Show, my gosh.
Take a break.
How long does this take to pay off with the way you're doing it?
Probably a lot of years.
Oh, that's a great number.
At least 5.
10.
Yeah. She's giving up. She's giving up.
I can pay it off quicker. Right?
Yes, you could.
You're not.
That's her new thing. I can pay it off quicker. You could, but you're not. You're making things worse.
I will.
There is no indication of that. You spend 7,000.
I could round up to the nearest 100.
Girl,
extra 20 goes towards it.
Boy, your husband's parents have covered your rent and pay for your groceries, and you spend more money than you make still. Shut the fuck up. You're not going to get out of it by saying, I will. Fuck you. You would have been doing that. Don't pull that. That is not how this conversation is going to go. Oh, Freedom Classic. Cheeks Freedom Classic. Okay, I didn't know there was multiple freedoms.
Oh, yes, boy.
So 4,369. These balances are insane. $4,369.31 with a minimum monthly payment of $148. Okay, that's also starting to stack pretty aggressively. Oh my, it's only like $130 from the max. So not much you can spend here either. Good. You didn't, but you only did your minimum monthly payment. $105 of interest. What is going on here? What is this?
That was my very first credit card in college.
Oh, so we better never pay it off.
Ooh,
what have you spent on this?
Random stuff, probably.
When did you bring it all the way up?
Part of that was the rent that we were talking about.
Oh, this is where you put your rent?
Part of it, yeah.
No.
Uh-oh. I've done things to my computer. Hold on. Let me get something back. Okay. All right. This. Okay, we can switch to forth. Okay. Listen. Chances are, NCR, I'm not going to hit you with the frying pan. Chances are. I'm not going to hit you with the frying pan. My frying pan is currently being remodeled. So, that's what we're going to call it right now. I haven't found the blasted thing. Someone snatched it. I wonder who. Oh, that would be funny if my logo was literally this avatar on top of a frying pan. If I could somehow make it look. Like this is the image on the frying pan here. That would be great. That could be my logo for my channel if it ever gets up. Just this image on the frying pan. Yep, that sounds about right. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm gonna put myself on pause for a minute.
How much rent did you put on this?
That one, I think probably 2 months.
When was the last time you had to put rent on this? I assume then the parents stepped in.
Like almost a year ago. It's been several months.
And then the parents stepped in. Okay. Oh, what do they do? Come on.
They helped only helped once and then said we're not helping after
What
this.
is their genuine opinion of you? Do you know? Do you even know?
Yeah.
And
they love me.
Yeah.
They love me. I love their son.
But do they respect you?
Yeah. I think they wish I'd do better, but they love me.
Yeah, the person that's gonna have a kid with their son
But this
probably
first credit card that I put the rent on.
Who are you moving this conversation? I don't think they respect you. They cover the rent
once.
You're the breadwinner. Yeah, after you put it on a credit card, and now they pay for your groceries. You just got married in October. How could they have a positive opinion about you? It sounds brutal, but how could they? Like, genuinely, how could they?
Because outside of my finances, I'm a decent human.
No, I'm sure you're a decent human, but look what you're having to do. You're milking them.
I don't want them to keep doing it.
Then why do you allow them to?
Because I still have to eat.
You still have to eat. Why can't you pay for your own groceries if you make above the median household income in Austin? Not household, but medium salary in Austin and the United States. Your household is, though, as well.
I have bills to pay with the credit.
My son woke up. He's at Daddy's and he called me. He wanted to tell me that he's not feeling very good. Apparently he's got the issue with it's been a very high pollen count today, I think. Because I've been having issues. Seems that Taco Bell's having issues.
Credit cards in my car and rent.
Yeah, but those were your choices that you got into. So now they're bailing you out. How could they respect that? How could they want their son to be with that?
Of which I should probably take
their son gets with someone and they already have to bail that person out?
They agree that we shouldn't be in this financial situation.
I'm sure they do, yet they enable it?
Why.
Just until we figure our stuff out.
Which you never have, and clearly have no actual push nor incentive to do so because they literally pay for your fucking groceries.
Just that.
Yeah, that's a pretty big thing.
But they
also pretty reoccurring
too. Forever.
Yeah.
Because like I said, right now my husband just makes enough for rent, but in August it'll go up and
look at you.
We'll be fine.
Look at you. You make a great income. That doesn't matter for a single second. Him bringing in more money won't matter for a single fucking second. You make great income and then you blow it all and more. He doubles the household income, let's say, in a decade. Doesn't matter. You triple the household spending. Look at you. That's what you've done. Doesn't matter if he brings in more money without the change of behavior.
And I'll change my behavior.
Then why haven't you? I can say I would do a lot of things, but if I haven't done a single inch to doing any of it, why would anyone believe me? Why would I believe you?
I've had good stints. Like I'll go on like 2 months. I'm solid, good.
You know that makes you look worse, right? Because that means if you do well after this, I have no faith you continue.
And I don't love that. I want to be consistent.
Okay, so what have you done to fulfill this want?
I by nature, I'm just impulsive. So I
but you have to constrain you then by either need.
if you all want something that's really sour, like sour candy, it's really sour, like from the old times. You remember the old school sour candies? Okay, old school sour candies. If my hair's a mess, I know. All right. Uh sour peach rings, things like that. Okay, they really need to make a peach flavor. Listen to me. You need to make a peach flavor. You need to. No. I understand the mango and all of that and all that. You all need to make a peach flavor. Okay? I will buy a lot of them. Okay? So, talk about wants to experiment with these. I've got 2 packs of these. I opened up one. I've got part of the experiment in the freezer for when he comes home. Excited? So we're going to be doing a video recreating an old TikTok. But these are sour. So sour. These are like the old school sour. Let's see if I can get this thing to go.
You need to remove access to the credit cards. You need to, again, budget. Actually see where your money is going. It literally tells you the day of.
I've been meaning to just shred the credit cards.
Meaning to, but again, this is lots of I've been wanting to or I'm going to, yet none of it has ever happened. Not one time. I have scissors. You can cut them up at the end. If you're fucking brave enough. How long does this take to pay off?
Probably that 10-year mark.
No, that gray is going to extend even further down your scalp. It'll be 15.
And that's just with the minimum payment? Or even if I pay above interest?
Just the minimum, which is all you do. Borderline maxed out. Already. Fill a couple tanks and you're done.
I have a bit of an issue. All right. My hypo count stop my allergies. My nose got stopped up. So I gotta try and stop them, which is a different type of thing. So I put on the humidifier. Hoping to get a decent night's sleep because the last 2 nights have been the same thing. Wake up, it's not fun. This morning I wake up and my nose starts bleeding. Oh, yay. So my sinuses have been messed up the entire day. Headaches, nausea, all the loveliness that occurs when you have sinus issues. So, that's what I've been doing all day. I've been in bed. How about you?
I think I have a little bit more wiggle room to pay above. I just need to figure out what that
Girl, you
amount
spent
I need to pay.
$7,000.
Well, if you're joining us later on.
$7,000. What are you talking about?
I don't think I spent that much. We weren't ever in the red or anything.
It's math. It's math. It's math. It's math.
It's math.
Okay.
How much debt do you have?
Just student loans is
how much debt do you have in total?
I'm trying to calculate because
do a little
student debt is 90. Probably about 150.
You're okay with that? It's 160.
I'm not okay with that.
It's 160, and you say we haven't been in the red. Your entire life is red. You're not a credit card person, obviously, so I do what many in the audience do, and all other guests and use the Fizz card. So at least it only allows you to spend what's on your checking account.
Good down payment.
Slate Edge.
That was my second credit card.
We owe $4,055.50 with a minimum monthly payment of $40. Another 15 years gone. No purchases. No interest. Is this interest free? Again, this is basically maxed out by $145 left.
I think it's interest free for a certain amount of time.
So,
and that one's I got in November of 23. But my sister had just had a baby in Oregon, and it was a whole family reunion kind of thing, and I wanted to be able to go.
Were you making money yet?
Yes, but not enough to pay the whole trip.
What was the trip?
Well, I had to get the flights for both me and my husband, rent a car, hotel.
Couldn't have Ubered a couple times instead of renting a car the entire time?
Well, where we got
that maxed out the fucking card?
No, there were probably other and also rent. Probably went on that card.
Rent? More fucking rent? Are you kidding me?
More rent.
Fees? Was this a transfer? What are the fees? That must have been a late payment.
I've never late paid on those.
What is the fee then?
What is the number?
40. This year so far.
Is that not just, that's my minimum payment.
No.
40?
A fee has been charged to you of 40.
Would that be the interest?
It was the previous one. I don't pull up the thing. I'll show you. Pull up the app. I will show you. No, it is not interest. It is interest free until literally 4 months from now.
Oh,
Please tell me it's not deferred. Okay, it's not. Jeez. It's going to be 28.24% interest once it hits. That's crazy.
But as far as, because that card, I had used one, oh, I guess it was a late fee. But like,
yes! I told you. I told you. That's all it is. That is all. I told you. You lied. You lied. You lied. You fucking lied. You lied. You lied. Hey, he can't trust you. I can't trust you. Who the fuck will ever trust you again? Because you don't even know you're lying. Tired of phone bills that only seem to add stress? We've all struggled with plans that are too costly and complex. But there's a solution. Today's sponsor, Helium.
Calm down, You're good. Chill.
Points. During today's video. Don't do it, but even though I have not looked at this, they have not told me anything. I'm going through it, but through your entire setup, I could tell with this many documents and how you go about things and the justifications you have used, I knew for a fact at some point there would have been a late, and it was literally just the month previous. Come on, I saw it in your eyes. It was those White Walker eyes. I saw it.
It was late. Day. It didn't like.
Yes, and that is late. And you got a $40 fee. $40. Hey, you have an interest-free card. Doesn't matter. Let's lose the interest anyway by fees. Why were you late? Huh?
I probably just forgot to.
Why would you forget? Why don't you have AutoPay? Fucking liar. Liar.
Well, I get paid on the 10th, so I just go through all of the bills that I have to pay in that pay period. I probably just forgot that one.
You can't forget fees. Fees are being added. Liar. I called that. I fucking called that. I've been through enough of these now. I know exactly who would have a late fee. It's you.
One day is not horrible.
It doesn't matter. It is a $40 thing. You are in an interest-free period.
But that's not that. I don't have a habit of late paying.
I don't believe you. I simply can't. I can't believe this statement. You told me there have been no late fees, and I've seen that this year so far there was one. We're a couple months into this year. I don't believe you for a single fucking second, because either you're a liar or you don't know what you're talking about. And the fact that he can't trust you, yeah, I understand it now. Jeez, the fuck. You're on an interest-free period. You may as well take advantage of that, but you just lost. You lost it. You lost it by letting that fee accumulate anyway. What's the fucking point at that point? There is no point. There is no. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I just don't understand why even.
Trying to think of what else went on that card. I think it wasn't. The Invisalign. That was probably the other thing.
Is that why I hear a list?
So I have been trying to pay it down so that I can continue making the monthly payments for everything. But I don't habitually I don't neglect it. That's what I meant by paying
late. You don't habitually what?
Like neglect paying. That's what I meant by
you might not habitually neglect paying, but you act like a bitch and tell me the incorrect information.
Oh, it was an accident. I didn't.
Yeah, but how many more accidents are there? Because you don't even know. What? They're telling me that you want to do even more elective cosmetic procedures on this
after
card.
Everything's paid off.
What?
I had braces, so they're like around the brackets. It can. Something with the calcium or whatever.
What are you going to do?
Then just fixing a couple chips.
Oh my gosh, how much is that going to cost? You don't have money.
I haven't even entertained it because I'm not going to pay for it yet.
Your parent-in-laws pay for your groceries, and yet you just choose cosmetics over actually leaving an independent life. You did with the Invisalign. Did with the Invisalign. After you've already had braces anyway.
Well, I was getting married. I needed to.
You need
Fix a
brain
couple teeth.
cosmetics. You need brain cosmetics. I'll pay for 3 free therapy sessions from Sondermind. Our audience uses them. I use them. It's good therapy. And I'm going to need them after this conversation. I can already tell. This is a blood pressure kind of conversation.
She's already sitting
I can
there
already tell
for
'cause I have a
therapy.
fucking liar in front of me. What are we doing here?
It wasn't an intentional lie. I just forgot.
But I
It
can't
was a
trust
day
that.
late
I
and
can't
I
trust that.
blanked.
I can't trust that. It's $40. It's $40 on an interest-free card.
Oh,
This would
not-
be $0. That is the benefit you are getting. And it's literally, if I saw it for last year, who even knows what I would have seen? Because now I'm seeing only for 2025. If I saw 2024 for all your other cards, I bet I would see late payments with how you did. Oh, it's just a day late. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It is $40. Stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
That card's 15. The other's 50. So, like, are you talking on top of each other?
What?
Like 15 plus 15 plus 10. So that's
What?
40 years I'm going to be spending on paying off credit cards.
Are you? You think that's how? You fuck? What are you talking about? You think they fucking hold their 15 off until you take care of the other 15?
I see now. I see
would
what
you
you're
possibly
saying now. No, I get it now. I get it now.
Oh fuck!
Yep, what?
Oh jeez.
The experiment we are going to do,
Like I said,
This fucking conversation's special.
the recreation of the TikTok that Dexter wants to do is one from one of his favorite YouTubers, Lauren Seaside. And it is a rainbow sour popsicle with lemon lime soda. So I went and got the flavored soda waters from Walmart. And then I got the sour strips and little popsicle makers. And we're gonna recreate this TikTok, and we're supposed to look cute and silly in it. And depending on how it shows up, maybe we'll post it for y'all.
A little conversation, isn't it? Or we're here. I'm just gonna move along. Just gonna have a little move along. All right, what am I talking about next? Synchrony?
Yes, that would be either Care Credit or Ashley Furniture.
Actually, furniture fucking sucks.
I needed a couch
oh my,
for the
you
apartment.
little sweet kitty. It is $3 from the max.
That's the Care
$3 from the max. What are we doing?
That's probably the Care Credit.
It is the Care Credit. You don't have to say it's the Care Credit 4 times.
Right.
What are we doing?
I use it for the vet, and I used it a couple times for dental stuff.
I assume no pet insurance. And what is wrong with your teeth? You're always in teeth. Everything is teeth.
Well, I had some cavities I had to get filled, and those aren't.
No more candy.
I haven't had any cavities since.
$89. Well, you're still paying for it. Congratulations. So it's basically a financial cavity. It's fucking you. You need a root canal now. You have $3 available. It's another 14 years to pay off the 14 years to pay off the $89 minimum monthly payment. Wait, no. $250 of purchases. $250 of purchases. $250 of purchases. Why?
My dog went to the vet last.
Why do you not have pet insurance?
Because they don't go super often, so I don't want.
That's why you have you have health insurance. You probably don't go to the fucking emergency room very often.
Well, I have. It's like $80.
What do you think insurance is? Yeah, maybe I don't know. Age and health. Age and health.
Oh, my dog. He is. Well, I have two. I have a 2-year-old, and he's healthy, and
that's probably like $45 a month.
That's healthy.
Okay, and that's probably like $45 a month.
So we generally only go like once a year. So it's I'd be paying more.
You little 2 years in. They have many more years. Hopefully, those will pop up. What are you gonna do then? You have no money. You have You have to. I'm infuriated. What are you looking at? What are you possibly looking at? Wait, I don't want to see a picture of them.
No, look at them.
Oh, wow. It actually is a picture of them. They're cute. They're dogs. I love them. They're here. That's congratulations. Maybe you should actually be responsible with them. How are you going to afford a big surgery if one of them eats something bad? That's what happens. Trust me. What are you going to do?
Well,
$3 available.
like $10,000.
Yeah. How are you going to do that?
I don't think average
You're gonna let them
person
die.
might be
You're gonna
able-
let them die.
No. I
You're
would-
right. The
I
average
would-
person can't. That's why we do pet insurance.
I would find a way to save my dog.
You
at
just said
any
the
point.
average person couldn't. Yes, I will tell you the way.
Just
Pet insurance.
$10,000 laying around.
Pet insurance.
but
Pet insurance. Pet insurance. Are you actually? What the f- are you doing? Are you
I'll look
incapable
into
of
pet
hearing that
insurance.
word?
No, I
Oh
will
my
look into pet
Never put it in your
insurance.
budget.
Perfect. It'll go in my budget, and
I'm just thinking that pet insurance they would have covered like. I mean, once you hit your deductible, of course.
but don't you have to pay up front and then they reimburse you? So either way, it would
Yes.
have.
Like most insurances, except for like health insurance.
Then I'll look into or pet insurance for my children.
Well, the $250 is deferred, luckily, kind of. Oh, deferred insurance. No. Oh no. There is deferred interest of $87 on a small $309 purchase that is about to hit in 2 months. 1 month. 1 month. Oh, 1 month and 1 week. Hmm.
Yeah,
It's gonna
the
hit,
care
and you're
credit
not- you're
does
not gonna
that.
get up. Yeah, the
6
care
months.
credit does that.
Yeah.
It's a care credit card.
The plan was to pay it off.
You've had
Other
so many
things come
plans to do
up
things.
and-
Other things come up. That's why you don't put it on deferment. If you're putting things on deferment, everything will always come up eventually that you're not expecting. That's what life is. Then everything will be infinite deferment. You irritate me so fucking much. You always have a plan. Then the plan never works out. And then I'm going to do this. And then you never do it. Gosh, I don't know.
I got a letter from one of my credit card companies the other day. And they told me that if I do not use one of my credit cards that has been inactive for almost a year, they're going to deactivate the credit cards because I have not bought anything on it.
It's deferring. At, I don't even know the percentage interest rate. 32.99. That's great. Just to even give you an example how bad that is, I just negotiated a new deal just for one of our partners. This is like talking about money and how it can actually grow, right? So Mumu, I always talk about that for our investing thing. The thing I think I just got, and I think we just signed on it. It's like I put $2,000 in there, right? Or remember the audience puts $2,000, or you do. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyone can put $2,000 in. They literally get $150 immediately, which is a great return on your investment. It's like 8%. And then there's an 8.1% APY on there. That is an incredible investment. That is like a 16% return on your money. It's unheard of. It's better than the stock market. It's incredible.
That's what I've been.
Yours is twice as much as that. That's how fucking bad this is. What a joke. You're just gonna let her hit. Do you understand deferred interest?
Yes, that one was. So I paid
Explain
it 6
deferred
months.
interest to me.
Interest isn't applied until 6 months later, and it won't be applied if you pay off everything.
And why
within
aren't
those
you
6
paying
months.
off everything within those 6 months?
Well,
guys, because unexpected things happen.
well, yeah, and part of the reason I have to use that is because I don't have it at the
Interest.
It's
beginning.
no
but I
longer
have it,
unexpected if it's expected, because it's expected that unexpected happens. So what do you do if unexpected happens?
It's kind of like a
Expectedly,
safety
you
net.
have
Like if something pops up with my dog, then
an
I
emergency
I
fund
have-
and pet insurance.
this to kind of fall back on if I can't put it on my debit.
Huh? No, you don't. There's $3 on there. What vet will be $3?
Well,
Can you show me?
the 250.
Should we go?
The
Can we go right now?
250,
Can
There
you-
is
can
no
you
vet
take
that'll
me?
take $3, but the 250 was from like a week ago when I had to use it. So now I just have to spend it back down to be able to have some wiggle room again. If I do need to use it.
But they're dogs. They're dogs, meaning that it could eat something right now. $3? $3? We can go.
Well, when my dog,
we can go fix them for $3.
the only one that would do that is my 2-year-old. and he
Okay,
just
so also
throws-
known as
he-
one of them.
He'll just throw it up.
Yeah,
So I'm
until
not-
he doesn't, and it gets stuck in his intestine.
hasn't happened yet. So.
Yet he's 2 years old. You
And so I'll get the pet insurance, and then
okay? But you
it'll
don't
be
have it now.
paid
Where do we
for.
go for the $3 treatment?
Nowhere.
Interesting. What's your credit score?
I can't remember what the Credit Karma said. I want to say it's low 600s.
That plus a horrible debt to income ratio. Good luck affording the financing at the vet clinic.
But he's healthy now, so
Now,
we don't have to.
you don't understand. Both of my dogs are healthy too. You never know what happens with them. They get a hold of a thing of dark chocolate. You need to take them in to do the vomit thing so it doesn't get into their blood. You don't know what happens. Anything can happen. Dogs are dumb.
Story time.
They're smart, dumb.
So we'll get the pet insurance and
Mom's gonna remember this. Mom's sitting over here. The mole in the hole is sitting over here, or Grammy says, I don't know which one you want to call her. We had a Cocker Spaniel. And after Easter, there's that 50% off candy thing at the stores. All right. And got 2 big bags of Reese's. Mother and the Cocker Spaniel. And the Cocker Spaniel ate the entire pack of Reese's. What? For what? Listen, it didn't kill him. He had the runs for days. He did? He didn't end up with diarrhea? Huh. I don't remember. I thought he ended up with diarrhea. Well, yeah. But either way, after that, you couldn't bring a Reese's into the house. This dog would find it. This dog literally, the other bag of Reese's, we put in a plastic container and it hid it on the VHS shelf. Because back then we all had VHS shelves. I mean, come on. We behind all the VHSs. That dog would sniff around the house, find it, and sit in front of that shelf, knowing that they were there. You do the same thing with the carrot.
Yes, but that wouldn't fix today. Pet insurance still takes like 2 weeks to actually implement. After you even find the one you want. What was all this other deferred interest in here? And the non-deferred interest that is accruing at 30%. What is that?
most of that is just vet stuff. Like
It's all
annual
vet
checkups
stuff.
and if
So
something
you've deferred all annual checkups to right now, $2,500 of
it
annual
just
checkups.
automatically defers.
But $2,500 you haven't dealt with your previous $2,500 of vet checkups?
I'd pay the monthly.
$2,726. Your monthly minimum. Do you not understand what that is? That takes 15 years to pay off without you putting anything else on it. And you always do because you have annual checkups. What are you talking about, lady? Do you not? A minimum monthly payment, if you're still putting money on it, doesn't actually pay off the car. Do you understand that? I need to make sure you understand that. Do you
I do
understand
understand
that?
that.
My hair's
I do
about to get as gray as yours. Okay, come
I
on.
do understand that. I
Credit
need to calculate to see how much I need to pay to actually advance the interest off the monthly. You know what I mean?
Literally, the minimum monthly payment does that. If you're not putting more on there, you always put more on that. That's your issue. Your minimum monthly payment is more than the interest.
Well, that was just one little thing. Like I took my dog to the vet for a follow-up last
Ladies
week.
and gentlemen.
No, that's not every single time. I took my dog to the vet last week and then my other dog had a checkup this morning and that was all on my debit card. So I don't use it every time.
Because you have $3 on there. That's why you can't use it. We're back to the first card. You would put it on there if you had availability.
If I needed to.
If you had a...
I don't use it every single time I go to the vet. I only use it if something goes awry and I don't have the money in my bank account, then that would be the backup.
You want to throw it
So I don't use it every single time.
He's trying very hard. Oh, that's what he needs. That's what he needs.
I see it's going to be one of these.
He needs to make some specific financial audit stress balls, or gel things,
One of these type of conversations. Oh, buddy.
I still think there's something to work with here.
Yeah, well, your new husband doesn't really think so.
He has more hope than he did before.
Ashley Furniture. This one's kind of cheap, but wait, no payments. Okay, yeah. Wait, no, yeah. $77.82. Thank you. No interest is agreed. $14 minimum monthly payment. 6 months to pay off. And the promotional expiry is pretty far, so you'll be good. What'd you get?
Pay off
A couch for my
$78.
apartment that I moved into
Do you even
October of
have it anymore?
23. The couch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the couch that I got in 2023. And they had like this promotion going, and I just
Oh yeah, it's actually furniture. And yes, a promotion going on is very unique for them.
Okay.
What is this? What am I looking at?
that
Personal
was
loan?
personal
For
loan.
why? For
Um,
why, please?
about a year ago,
I missed this because
I got a
missed
personal loan to pay off credit cards.
Guys, I just wanted to say an extra thank you for making Simpler Budget an incredibly
Like,
popular app. I
about
wasn't expecting it, but
that.
we've been thanking the. And how did that work?
It
How did it turn out? Real good?
obviously not. I have 3
As they are all maxed out with like $3 left to spend on them. What's the interest on
Basically,
this?
every single one
What's
of
the
our
interest on this? $10,667.65 balance.
I would have to.
Yeah, why don't you have to?
I mean,
Go
let
for
me
it. Why
look it
would
up.
we know anything?
Let's
Sure,
check,
heading
let's
into a
check.
conversation about our literal finances when you knew questions would be asked. Good for people.
Let me take.
Minimum monthly payment $331.58.
Which at the time made sense because that would have been cheaper than all of my credit card payments.
That's not the
combined.
only
Wait.
factor.
Is that consolidation?
That is not the
credit
only
card?
factor. Do I have to explain this to you?
No.
Then tell me why it's not the only factor.
What's a consolidation credit card?
I wasn't paying attention because I was looking for the interest. Sorry. I paid 11% of the principal.
It's not the hey. The minimum monthly payment is not the only
Well, at that time, I was paying above minimum.
The minimum monthly payment is not the only factor. Tell me what the other factors are.
The interest.
Okay, guess what? There's more. There's more. What's the
Behavior.
other factors?
Habits.
What are they? What are they
Aside
floating
the
around?
interest and the
Grab 'em,
minimum, I'm
grab
not.
them. What are they? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Find it.
You'll have to tell me.
Are you
outside of
serious?
the interest and the
Are you
minimum,
serious?
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I might be just blind to it. If you could tell me.
No, I'm gonna draw it for you because I think that's the only way to get it through.
Okay.
Can I? Let me draw this first. Can I draw on a little whiteboard? Little whiteboard
Oh,
real
no.
quick.
Oh no, he's got the.
This is what we
got-
call credit card.
Mhm.
Credit card. No, that's not good. I don't get rid of it, right? Oh, well, it's so scary. Okay, so we borrow a personal loan. Oh, there it is. It's a loan. Oh, did I spell that right backwards? Oh, it's a loan. So that means we paid off our credit cards. Oh, what's the other factor, lady? What's the other factor? We saved on our minimum monthly payments and our interest.
Oh.
What's the other factor? What is it? What's the
I
other
mean, they
factor?
both have interest.
What's the
They
other
both have
factor?
interest.
What is
the
it,
years
girl?
it takes to pay off.
What's the other factor? What is it? What are we doing? What's the other factor? It's literally drawn in front of you. There's two options on this fucking whiteboard. What's the other factor? What is it? What is it?
You'll have to tell me.
Are you fucking? You then spend on the empty credit cards. Now you have double the fucking debt.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on!
The credit
Oh,
card.
sorry.
spent
I'm
all
just,
the way back
it's
up.
Friday here, losing my damn mind. Oh, we're gonna be here forever. Landmark. What'd you do with Landmark?
That's my car loan.
Oh, is it? What do you got? What'd you drive here in?
It's a 2020 RAV4.
RAV4. I think I always see commercials on RAV4.
Yeah.
$26,553.76. I think you've made me. I think. Oh, you betcha. What did you? What's your little, minimum monthly payment on this car here?
604.
What is it?
604.
That's insane.
I would love to refinance it. My
Well,
debt
what's the
to
interest rate?
income ratio.
Well, yeah, because you're literally stupid with your money. You build it all the way up to your credit limits at every single second. So no shit, your debt to income ratio is fucking you. It's fucking you because you're fucking yourself. Because you don't know how to. You don't have to fuck yourself anymore. You have a husband now. Stop. Why do this? What's your interest
On that one.
on that one?
On that.
You don't have two cars,
credit.
do you?
No. I don't remember the interest off the top of my head.
You make me feel like I'm on fucking meth. What is the interest rate? Pull it the up.
Okay.
Oh, there's a checking account in here as well. $20. $20.
Oh, that's just 15 random dollars just sitting in there. It's
No,
not
it's
like
20. It is 20,
well,
actually.
it's not like I owe the 20. That's like a credit.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said in your checking account is $20.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
And how much is it worth, do you think? Having a little.
The 20?
What do you think? Oh, yeah. No. The $26,853. What do you think it's worth? I think the 20 is worth 20. What do you think the $26,853 is worth? That car. A little car you're driving around that RAV4.
The car I got. Are you asking how much the car is worth? Because I think it's
yes.
the car. Well, I got it for 28, but I think it'd probably only be worth like 15.
19. Thank you. Whoa, gosh, that took you a long time to get there. Jeez,
Mental math is not my strong suit.
No,
The
this is a good
interest rate.
question. It's an answer.
Under.
You can just throw out anything at this point. I don't give a fuck.
The interest rate is 9.79.
Huh? How much?
9.79.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're losing it to the market and then depreciating an asset. How's the car? What's the condition? How many miles?
Mileage is about 50. Great condition. I haven't had any issues. I just do oil changes.
Good. 19,000. We might sell it. We might borrow the difference. We have to get our credit cards, our debt to income ratio a little better. Then you might sell it. You might borrow the difference. You might have a $15,000 loan instead, and you're getting a $10,000 car out of that $15,000 loan, $17,000 loan. But that'll be better than a $26,000 loan, and the interest rate will be pretty similar. It'll be like from 9 to 12, but you're gonna pay it off quick anyway, and we'll probably do that. Okay.
Sell the car?
Oh my fuck. Yes.
I can sell it while I'm financing it?
Listen. You're gonna borrow the difference. You're gonna sell it. You'll make the money, and use the money you borrowed for the difference to pay it off. And then you're using the $10,000 of the loan that you're borrowing. You're gonna get a
Teddy. I love
$10,000.
Teddy.
What? Huh?
My car's name is Teddy. I love
I
Teddy.
don't give a fuck about Teddy. Teddy. It doesn't matter. You have a husband. You don't need a 15 Teddy. Teddy's done. We're done with Teddy. Teddy's going to the pound. He's done. Teddy's done.
I didn't even know that was an option. But okay, we'll sell. You're Teddy,
right. Everyone
I
just
guess.
has their car for the rest of their lives.
I have a matching car with a coworker, so
I don't know what the fuck that
I want to
means.
be able. It's a good bond we have.
It's a good
So
Stop having these bonds.
friends.
Bonds with our first credit card. Who gives a fuck? Bond with our second credit card. Who gives a fuck?
Show
Bond with our coworker friend. Who gives a fuck?
She's a
Husband.
shop.
Bond. Okay. What? Student loans? Is that what I'm looking at? Am I having a little look at student loans?
Yeah,
It appears
that's
so.
my Experian credit report. So that's just all of the
Gosh, this is why there's so many
accounts
pages. Oh,
ever.
Oh
it's
my
all just-
goodness.
The individual student loan.
Time to make it rain.
Don't need all of these. You were wrong about your number of student loans, by the way, when I asked you. You know that?
How
You know
much?
that?
How much is it?
No, let's find out.
Because I thought it was about 80 or 90.
Closer on the second one. Oh,
Higher?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm about to look. $109,663. So short,
Wow.
right? Yeah, shit, so much. Everyone borrows so much, and the income's actually not bad, but it's the income for the Usually
Social work
the
is just
general-
my master's. I got a different degree
The
undergrad.
usual general rule is for no
student
matter the amount of
loans,
schooling
yeah.
you do, your first year's income for the entry level position of whatever the degree you're getting is
for student loans.
should be more, if not equal,
Does that
than to
sound
what you
horrible
borrowed for.
to
It.
you?
If you borrow more than that entry level, you done math wrong.
If
That is
we're
the
just-
general rule.
If we're just talking the master's, then
But it
I
is
meet
still,
that
that's still, it's
criteria.
your entire borrowing for school. That's all that matters with whatever you're going into. Your entire borrowing. You don't separate it.
yeah, I don't know any social worker who makes above 100.
Exactly. That's why it's sometimes kind of a degree to get. Not that we don't need them. I get it. I understand it. It's a difficult situation. You got to have the heart for it. But that's also why you grind the out of it with desperate scholarships, public institutions, in-state, community college for what we can. You got to do it a smart way.
Hey,
Okay. Apparently there's federal. Well, apparently there's private student loan somewhere. So actually, you're federal. You were correct. It is 86,968. That is crazy. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that there's private. That's crazy. That's crazy. We've seen some people get some success working with like a company like Y-Refi for potential refinancing. I don't think with your public service, I probably wouldn't do that. Are you probably trying to go for
identifying them as
well, maybe for doctors it would be good, dental people, but for you, no. You're probably going for forgiveness, public student loan.
some of them are standing right in front of their like motel rooms when they do it. Put the key in the door after they did it. Hey, now there they are. Go get them. So stupid. They're so stupid.
Well, the problem is, well, we know what the problem is with Teslas. But the other thing is all these people bought these cars and now they're not even worth crap, you know?
To the people who can afford to have.
You have to work for a nonprofit.
You're
A
not
lot
going
of
to?
Yeah.
money for
As of right now, I
nothing.
don't work for a nonprofit, and I haven't been looking for any other jobs
You have a right to buy a Tesla and drive it.
because you have to work full time in a nonprofit for 10 years.
Yeah,
What-
no, it's
so-
brutal. Sometimes the return on it's not even worth it if you make less than the nonprofit anyway.
And that's kind of what I was looking at with if I was to transition to a nonprofit, I'd have a pay cut of like 15 to 20 grand less a year.
What about government positions? Lauren?
There are some state positions, but I don't think that's nonprofit. I mean, I could go back
Yeah, but
to
you can
if I
qualify in
Oh,
government
that's the
positions.
car
this isn't
debt
necessarily
video.
like
We're not
It's
going
not
for
just
forgiveness,
car debt
but
video for
to
you to do
help in
that.
paying off. I mean, I've worked at Starbucks several times, so I could always go back as a second job and kind of put stuff away.
Does
'cause-
Starbucks forgive? Or are you saying to
no,
make more
just
money?
to make more money
Yeah,
to
but
put
it's your
towards
spending
because
that's
I
fucked
love
in
my
what you
job. I love my job, and I don't want to leave.
No,
Where
I'm not
at.
suggesting leaving your job either. I'm just saying.
Their
with the amount
job
of,
is
are
the
you
only
in?
thing keeping you
You
alive.
don't owe. It
woman.
looks like.
You make
Not yet. I start owing in May.
Okay, income driven.
I was in the
Do they
SAVE
even accept
program.
that? Well, SAVE program is
Well,
basically dead.
Yeah, it's dead. I was in the income driven, and then 2020 hit, and I don't really know. I didn't.
Well, it's probably
right
going to
now
be
it's
like
deferred.
a $950 payment, right?
No.
So you're on some kind of program then.
Yes, I'm still in a program. I
not
just remember
SAVE.
hearing the
Tell me what
SAVE
payment
program
is
went
due and
away,
when.
but
Tell me what payment is due and when.
open it.
I'm gonna move on while you look that up.
All right,
First mark. Oh,
that's
what is
the
this?
private
Oh, these are
student
the
loans.
private.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, $22,750.30.
Mhm.
Kill me now. That's an insane with a $240 minimum payment. 96 cents. How much interest accrues on a monthly basis? Is that enough to take care of this?
It's a different interest rate per loan.
Well, 6 and 10. What? 6, 10, and 9. Okay, hold on. Yeah, technically you're paying above the interest that is accruing on here, but it's going to be a slow
Each
grind.
student loan has a different
It is going to be a slow
interest
grind
rate.
to pay these off, let me tell you. How'd you go through school? How'd you decide to do it? Undergrad and everything. How'd you do it?
Both schools were private schools.
Well, there you
Are free money. You don't pay them back.
You can do social work for cheaper.
Well, I didn't go into my undergrad thinking I wanted to do social work. I figured
What'd
that
you
out
do for
at the
that,
end of
then?
my senior year of college. I studied pastoral ministries.
Like
At
crazy
private?
because
Yes,
I
Well, it
want
has to be.
student
It
loan
doesn't-
debt.
it was a private Christian school. Yeah,
Or
Uh,
what?
and I studied
In Minnesota?
no in Washington, Seattle, Washington.
Student loan debt.
Okay. Well,
That's a
So-
show.
Floating. But yes, I studied in Seattle, Washington for my undergrad, and then started my master's in 2021. I got a graduate assistant.
so either
position.
way, you were going for a career that didn't make a lot of money.
Most schools suck.
Yeah. the undergrad.
Criteria.
At private institutes.
Yes.
The hieroglyphics.
I've always wanted to just follow what I'm passionate about and just
Sure, but you can do it in
it'll
a
happen
smart
along
way.
The way.
I followed what I was passionate about. I leveraged to get some scholarships. I did what
I
was
had a lot of
passionate about.
scholarships in my undergrad.
I was able to. I did borrow student loans, but I was getting a better return on investment with the money I was making. I still made money through my music compositions. You went private. You borrowed over 6 figures of fucking student loans for degrees that do not pay them.
Oh my god.
I dropped out. I was dumber. Maybe not, though. I didn't get 6 figures of debt.
I think my scholarships probably equaled to about 30% of my tuition, and then the rest I had to pull out
Pull out?
for loans. Like I had to pull out loans to cover the rest of my tuition.
She has scholarships.
All right. What do you think then now that payment's going to be? Just think. What do you think? It's obviously not loading. So what do you
Yeah,
think?
in the past it was 187. As long as I can still
Okay.
qualify
Checking
well
account,
for
$77.
probably 250.
No.
Final answer.
No. 250? What? Okay, whatever. 250. Checking account, $33. Savings account, $44.
Later, they start.
Yeah,
It's all. Oh my fuck! Oh my! Here we are. Here we go. You good? I'm glad you gave me time to calm down since the fucking stupid shit from before. I'm kidding.
Oh
it's
my
all,
God.
It's all just damn pages of purchases.
He's got
It's all
the
just
paper.
bullshit purchases. It's all
With
look
the
at that.
red
Just
line.
look at it.
Yes,
Just look at this shit,
spending.
guys. Look what I am dealing with here. Something that is in full control, saying I'm going to do this. I want to do this. I want to get out of debt. I'm going to get out of debt. But then I look here, and it's all just shit.
Pages. I'm not
Dutch
big
Bros,
red
Amazon,
line.
selling out 500, Hat Creek Burger, Raising Cane's,
Well, the
Dutch Bros,
500's
Burger
red.
King, Dutch Bros, Domino's, DSW, Domino's. Good thing we only have $33 in a checking account. Then we have $10, Dutch Bros, DoorDash KFC. We're DoorDashing it. DoorDash. I want to pay off all my debt. I have 6 figures of student loans from a private institute where I'm not making enough money to even justify it. And I'm DoorDashing KFC, Jack in the Box, Amazon, Olive Garden, First Watch, which is breakfast,
Twice a month.
Amazon, Nintendo,
Yeah,
45. No, that's $4.20. Dutch Bros, DoorDashing Burger King.
And
Who the
then
f- even
we do
eats
Wawa
Burger King?
burgers
It is
every once in a
Burger
while.
that might
King.
have been my
Nobody
husband. I
goes to
don't
Burger
DoorDash
King.
Burger
Maybe.
King, but it most
He
of that
makes
is
no money, so he'll be
because
spending anything anyway. DoorDashing Burger
It's
King.
so
most of that I just
food
get tired
a
after
month.
work. I don't want to go home and like cook a whole meal and all this kind of stuff. So I just
Yeah,
scrap
we've
along
been
the
doing
way.
Wawa burgers instead.
I don't care.
It comes out to
Don't
be about
get
the
meal
same
prep, meal
price
prep, meal prep, meal prep,
nowadays.
meal prep. Tired. You microwave it. It's easier than going to a drive-thru or pushing buttons on a f***ing app. You're pushing buttons on a microwave. Venmo out $40. Domino's Pizza.
We also
Amazon.
realized how
Domino's.
much
Not as
stuff
far.
isn't really
Water
food
Express.
anymore.
Water
No.
fucking Express. We're getting Express water. Can't even drink
Water Express,
anymore.
I'm pretty sure
Can't even
that's a
drink anymore.
And then
DoorDashing
when
Burger King.
gas
Burger
station.
King. Burger King. Well, the gas wasn't gas then because it was very cheap.
It was
You
like
went in there, you just
we had to start
Probably
Popeye's
figuring
DoorDash.
out how we were
Popeye's
gonna
DoorDash. We're
do
getting
it.
Popeye's DoorDash. Don't worry, guys. We're back with Burger King DoorDash. Then we're DoorDashing Wingstop because we have to DoorDash every fucking second of our life. Domino's. Dutch Bros. Venmo out $14. Dutch Bros. Guys, we really want to pay off that. We're really going to pay off that. Torchies, McDonald's, Steam Games.
That's what Dutch Bros is.
Domino's, McDonald's. Talk about Torchies, Culver's. And I love me a Culver's. Don't get me wrong. Painting with a twist. You know what a really good twist in this would be? Being a fucking adult. That would be an incredible twist. I would love to see that. Dutch Bros, Taco Bell, Dutch Bros, DoorDashing Mighty Fine Burgers, Taco Bell, McDonald's. What the is this? What a joke. What a joke. What a joke. Jeez. Sake, what are we doing? What are we doing?
The sweaters.
That's crazy. $838 of fast
Sorry now. I forgot to
food.
put in the laundry basket.
Nearly $1,000. You ask, well, there's no way I could have spent more than I made. There's no way we're in the red. You're in the red.
We've cut down recently, I think.
No, shut the up. If this is cutting down, I'm gonna
Hopefully we'll catch our friend this week.
Not that
while
cutting down, I
Taco
mean,
Bell's
since
at Daddy's.
that point.
Oh, shut the up. Oh, I know I'm coming on financial audit, so I'm gonna do okay for a week. Come on. That's the
know what
usual.
your
That's an
problem with
infinity
snappy
fucking
snappy
stone.
is.
Oh, that is bingo. Ding, 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 ding. Guys, I did better for a week before I went on the show where I knew my finances were gonna get called out. Shut the fuck up. Oh.
No big snappy snappy.
I don't think either of us realized it was that much. So once now that we know it's that much, it's not gonna.
Chase $1.90. That's more. I'm gonna retire. DoorDash and Wingstop, Torchies, DoorDash, Dutch Bros, Apple Bill, DoorDash.
Oh my God, there's more pages.
McDonald's, DoorDashing First Watch, breakfast. McDonald's, Apple, Dutch Bros, Spotify. Then went out $10. Stop! All well, can step. Mommy and daddy-in-law take care of us.
I get cash back from the Domino's. I get free
Just the
pizzas every
groceries.
once in a while. And I
Just
get
the
all those
groceries.
points.
Yeah, you have groceries taken care of. You
Because
spend
I always go there and
$900
get
going out
gas
to eat on a
and
monthly
stuff,
basis, and you
so.
literally get free food. Fuck you. Stupid. Stupid. I'm
not.
pissed. Pissed. That's the dumbest, most entitled bull.
It's only a whole pepperoni pizza.
That's so fucking stupid. That is so
It's
stupid.
when-
I'm gonna have to
It's when he's being
between here and the post show. I need to
really.
like step
And I
aside
just
for a
don't
second.
feel like
So
putting it up.
fucking stupid. This is so stupid. Your minimum monthly payments is $1,797.78.
Oh my
meaning
God,
that
minimum
is
debt payment is almost
alone
$2,000.
40%
a
of
month.
your fucking net income. Your rent, you do
40%.
1,000 because apparently we're separate. No, I did household. So we're doing the full monthly stupid
Huh?
expenses. What's his student loans on a monthly basis?
He's
Student loans
calculating.
right now,
He
$240.
He already
For
did
him?
that consolidation.
For him?
thing. They should pick back up with the cards. Yeah.
3 something.
$350. Okay, rent $2,000. Utilities total
Usually 150 to 200 a month.
$200. Internet,
On that day, it
It's
never
covered by the
comes
rent. Our complex covers
phone bill.
I'm guessing that means we're
Um,
loud.
one.
Why? Why would it be in the three
TNT,
digits?
I think it's 140 something.
I live here. T-Mobile has good service.
But the-
Switch to
he-
helium, $15 a month.
goes,
What the
Caleb,
fuck?
the night
I had
that
T-Mobile and then I
arose,
switched
the
to
three
AT&T 'cause-
creators
Congratulations, you
that
can't
we-
afford it. 150, you said?
repeatedly peaked the mic.
Yes, roughly.
I
When
guess
you pay
that
that off,
means
then you
like
can switch.
wow.
Gas, vroom, drive for both of you. How much?
Like 150 a month.
For both?
Yeah, we don't.
Car insurances. Both.
He doesn't pay his car insurance. I pay about. I just switched so I could save $80. About 117. Yeah, 117.
Car
No
insurance?
groceries. TP fund. Anything else for you guys to survive? That's
We can
nails. That's
budget
your-
groceries because
$200 for TP fund. Medical health care. Anything on a monthly basis?
Yeah, I mean,
it's about
really.
to end. I was paying $62 a month, but that I think I have 1 or 2
Another
months
thing
left,
that I got,
and there's no interest on it.
Another is from
Um,
Capital One.
the other
they
one,
have
I don't know
to
what's
use the
happening
card
with
They
it.
sent me, and it has
What?
the zero
The medical-
balance. So
medical
unless
what?
I use it, they're going to close it.
There was. I had to go to the ER
Quicksilver?
last
Medical
this time
debt?
last year, and I didn't have insurance.
Medical debt?
Yes, I thought that's what you were
No,
asking.
it was.
But health insurance just comes out of my
you
paycheck, so
can-
that 46.
Yes, for
is-
like ongoing appointments and medications.
there's not like a monthly
It's like
thing.
3,000
for that.
one. I'm okay with them posting the other one.
No subscriptions for either of you. Pet insurance will be 90.
I don't care.
Pet food, how much on a monthly basis?
There's a reason why you're
Monthly
telling me they're closing it because I've been
is
it
probably
hasn't
about
been used.
160.
I haven't used it. So what the hell?
Yeah, it's usually every other month. So I
I'm so glad we're at the end of this. Let's do anything else that needs to be in your household budget that I have not taken into account. Anything else that needs to be in your household
Plus,
budget
it's
that
not
I have
high
taken
interest
into
rate. Why
account?
would I
that,
buy
that should
anything on
be
that card?
all that we spend.
I have an extra, I'm going to call $750 on a monthly basis. How much in student loans does he have?
You should get a better deal because the first
I don't know. I've
What do
never-
you think?
Probably 30 something.
Call it 35,000. So
I took
195,640.
and I transferred both the Amazon and the
Takes
Costco
260 months to pay
card
off your debt.
onto my credit union.
Or 21
loan.
years.
The credit
Increases
card-
income.
No loan, the
Pay
credit
it off in 10
card.
years.
So I've got it set to where it should pay off.
Declare
by the end of the
bankruptcy.
year. So without me doing
And I'm
anything.
done.
Because I don't touch that.
I'm done with this conversation. You lied.
And we're
You've
not going to be
misrepresented.
using either
You
one
gave
of those
horrible
anymore.
answers. What the I don't understand. I am being a dick right now, but I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, no,
I don't want to be
the
here. I
Costco's
don't want to be
one
here.
will
I am a
renew
person.
my membership on
don't
it
wanna be
either
here.
way. And I just pay that off.
20 years to pay off.
But, no, we're
Go
not going
public
to be
sector,
using
get that
those
vast
anymore. We're
majority
gonna
forgiven.
stop
Hey,
using
Kim, go public
those.
sector,
We're
get
only
the
gonna
forgiven
use
10 years, blah,
debit
blah, blah.
cards.
Figure that out. Maybe it takes 5 years to pay off the rest of the debt. You can do that. Go through bankruptcy. Student loans wouldn't be included in that, and that's your biggest chunk. So don't do that.
Those interest rates on those things,
You know.
unless you're going to
If we
pay it off at
declare
the end of the
bankruptcy,
month,
though, we can't like get a house in the,
it kill you.
eventually down the line.
You're thinking of getting a house.
Eventually. Oh, in
20 years?
July, we're moving and rent will be a lot cheaper where we're going. 'cause
There
we're-
you go. Cut
we're-
down on
yeah.
rent. There you go. That does a lot. Double his income. Get your raises. Work part time. We could probably get this done in about 7 years. It is going to be a grind. It is going to be a slog.
7 years until she's out of debt, people. 7 years until she's out of debt. Probably.
And she won't have to pay a dime, but she won't have any credit.
True. But she likes her car.
Somebody else.
Oh no, she's married.
She'll ruin her husband's credit after that.
Listen, this is insane because her in-laws had to help them with rent. Their rent was $2,000. She makes $70,000 a year, over $70,000 a year. Can't pay her rent. But she goes, oh no, before my husband moved in, because he was going to school where the in-laws and everyone were. So when he finished school, then he moved over to where she was because she moved over to this place to get this job. All right. She says, well, while I was there, before he came, I was budgeting. I was fine. And then he comes, and next thing you know, I'm buying our credit cards. We're having issues making our rent.
She wants him to pay.
So, and she never truly answered why all of a sudden
But
she was on the credit cards.
She thinks he should pay.
He didn't have a job at the time. So this whole time, the parents have been helping them make the rent. And then when they weren't helping make the rent, they were buying them groceries.
Now you know, if you make $70,000 a year,
Uh-huh.
okay, and it costs you $2,000 a month to pay for your rent,
Uh-huh.
that's like $10,000 for 5 months.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just pay 5 months rent at a time?
Well, you don't get paid all that in one sitting,
I mean,
huh?
you try to pay at least 5 months rent at a time, the whole year maybe. If you're that lousy at keeping track of things,
Well, you have to be able to get that kind of money first.
70,000 a year. She's getting how much a month?
5,800.
That's 5,800 for 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than 60.
Her rent a year would be 24,000. Okay, at $2,000 for rent for 12 months is 24,000.
Yeah.
So basically, after that, let me get the calculator so I can do this because we have to go off. Her utility, she says, was 200. So her times over 12. Hold on.
No, just rent.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Well, I'm talking about that too. All right, so we got 24,000.
Are you still online?
Yeah. Okay. So with utilities and rent, it's 26,400. All right, roundabout. Now we're going to minus that. So she has 43,000 left over, and there's more to that. So she's at 43,000. I know. It's over twice as much as what I make.
How much your budget?
And our rent is almost that much.
You know what?
I don't have a car payment. I don't have student loan
But
debt.
this time you worked out a way to pay your insurance, you know?
I have insurance for work.
No.
Oh, car insurance. Yeah, when we transfer. Well, I can now that I'm going back to working 40 hours a week. I have that money.
Car, that should happen in America.
Yeah.
And you have to work and pay all your money so you can just have a vehicle to drive to work.
Yeah, true. But yeah. It's insane. Anyway, good night, people. I'm going to bed. Bye bye.